Okay, friends, it's our last topic, the mighty central limit theorem. And technically speaking, it really isn't even a new topic. This topic is a culmination of pretty much everything we've done in here so far. We're going to bring in averages and standard deviations and some graphs from early, tied in with the normal distribution stuff that we just got done talking about, and make these last couple days a little more research driven. Because one thing I noticed as I was thinking about the course and how to end it, I noticed that I've kind of given you two main kinds of data to play with in here. One is things like six-sided dice or cards or coins, where we know all the outcomes, so we can like analyze probabilities because, you know, there's six sides on a die, or y'all's favorite, the four-sided dice. I think you hated those. But, you know, no matter how many sides there are on a die, you know how many sides there are. And since you've been playing with dice your entire life, you know a six-sided die has the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 on it. Okay. So that's one kind of data set I gave you. Another kind of data set that we kind of experienced in here was ones like the insurance policy ones, where I said, you know, I'm a 47-year-old dude at the time you're watching this, and the chance of me dying in the next given year is this probability. And then we were able to get measures from that. And those are good too, but there's a little bit of some of the fun's gone because the probabilities, we just went and looked at them online. So whether we used dice, where we could actually count all the probabilities, or whether we used data sets from like the CDC or the AHA or whatever, where they have databases where they're in neither of those did you kind of grow the data sets organically. Occasionally we did. There was a couple homeworks where I had you run Monte Carlo simulations, also on exams, where you held down the F9 button and then stuff recalculated and distributions grew out of that. So I decided to approach this one a little bit differently. We're still going to use re-randomizers to simulate an experiment, but you're going to have to be a researcher to collect some data. But data on what? Well, statistics is all about studying a population. And a population is something you're not allowed to see. However, I like the idea of rolling dice. So what I did about, 4 or 5 years ago now, I created these wonderful sets of tricky dice. Now these dice are interesting. I made 5 different sets of them. There's a blue set, an orange set, a yellow set, a red set, and a green set. All of them have dots on them like dice you're used to, 1 through 6. However, they're not the same number of those numbers that you're used to. So in other words, not every one of those dice has a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 on it. Some of them have more 6s than 2s, or some of them have like all 2s. I forget. I've made these so many years ago I don't remember. And that's kind of a good thing because they're the population. Each of those pairs of dice is the population. And what you're going to do is you're going to sample from this population by rolling them and then keeping track of the sums you see. Like, for example, I just rolled that one and got a sum of 12. I'm going to roll it again. And that time I also got a sum of 12. And then I'm going to roll it again. And this time I got a sum of 5. And what I'm going to have y'all do through the next couple days is we are going to have you grab one of the 5 sets of dice. I'll assign those by your last name. You're going to use one of those 5 sets of dice. Now here's the bummer. When we're in class, this is great because I give pairs of students the dice. So instead of that, I had to create a spreadsheet in Excel that actually rolls the dice for you. So you can't physically take like the orange pair of dice and roll it. But you can use Excel to roll the dice for you and it will actually give you the sum and then you're going to have to track it. So at this point, this is the only video for today. There's not much to watch for today. Today's going to be mostly data collection and then reporting back on your data collection. So at this point, once this video is over, just wander over to the homework and it'll take you the rest of the way.